Hi guys, how are you guys? I hope you guys are doing well. It's been a very long time since I've been on this platform. I hope everyone here is doing fantastic. Thank you so much for tuning in, for sticking with me, for writing it out with me. This channel I created to help people, to empower people, to encourage people, to show people that there is life and you can live and love and laugh and be happy and recover by the grace of God or a higher power or however you choose to see Him. So today I wanted to talk about something that I know a lot of people are not talking about this. This is something that I feel is like a national pandemic. It's affected a lot of us on a national level, local level, state level, on a family level as well. But I know that not a lot of people like to talk about this. But I believe it's something that God has strongly placed in my heart to help other people. I know that it's something that not a lot of people like to talk about. So today I'm going to talk about trauma, childhood trauma. Do you have trauma? Have you acquired trauma? And sometimes some of these traumas are things that they're passed down from generation to generation, and we don't even know that we've been traumatized. You know, for me, I lost my mom when I was 5 years old. I didn't realize that that was a major trauma. I didn't realize that in that moment, I lost my voice. I lost my sense of self. I was a 5-year-old child. I didn't know what was going on. I struggled to speak. I think that was the first time that I was actually heartbroken. That was the first time that I was heartbroken as a human being at the age of 5, but I didn't know that. This led me to a lot of struggles in my life that I didn't know it was a trauma. I just knew that this wonderful lady that used to love me, that used to care for me, just all of a sudden she disappeared. My mind couldn't comprehend what that meant. I just remember that I remember seeing my whole family crying, people wearing white, and this woman lying as if she was sleeping in a coffin. But it didn't even look like the mother that I remember or I used to know. I didn't even understand what was going on. I was 5 years old. But I knew that thereafter, I stopped seeing this wonderful woman. And I kind of drew my own conclusions because nobody really explained to me what had happened to this woman. And I don't even know that if they did explain to me that I would have understood it because I was so young. I know that I drew my own conclusions. I used to think that I was the one that killed my mom. I used to wonder maybe it was something that I did that chased her away. But this led me to a lot of problems in my life. I remember that I developed this desperation for attachment, looking to find this mother, this woman that really, really loved me and cared for me. And I didn't know what happened to her. So every adult, every woman, every female that I would see thereafter, I was desperately trying to attach to them. And this led me into a lot of pain, to a lot of trauma. It led me into a lot of rabbit holes because I didn't realize that I was seeking something that was, I would say, gone forever. I was seeking attachment, a fantasy that I didn't even get to enjoy or live. But I thank God for the snippets of love, of memory, of kindness that I was able to remember from my mom, because my mom was a wonderful person. The reason why I'm sharing this video is because I know that a lot of you, maybe you have suffered trauma. And trauma, childhood trauma, is, they say, the worst kind of trauma. It can make you lose your mind. It can make you distort your brain, the way that you think, the way that you see the world, the way that you see people also is affected because of trauma. And I know that not everybody is going to like this video or resonate with this video, but I'm just saying my truth. And I want to help, even if it's one person out there, to let you know that it wasn't your fault. You couldn't control things. But the main reason why I'm doing this video is to shed light on trauma and the fact that trauma could be different things for different people. It could be loss, it could be abandonment, rejection, neglect, emotional, physical neglect, different things. But the main thing that I want you to take away from this video is the fact that no matter what you've gone through, no matter the darkness, no matter how invisible it seems, you can come back to life. You can rise up again. You can find love. You can find joy. You can find healing. You can find peace. You can resolve from any kind of trauma that you've gone through, especially if you've gone through childhood trauma and loss of a loved one, a parent, a brother, a sister. I know a lot of people don't understand the effects, the psychological effects, the emotional effects, and all those things, and behavioral problems that people that have suffered trauma struggle with. And the worst thing is sometimes you don't even know that you went through a trauma. I just recently realized that losing my mom at 5 made me to become mute, literally mute. I lost my voice in that moment. That was the first time I was ever heartbroken in my life. I was looking for love, desperate, looking for my mother's love, a mother that had been gone for years in the wrong places. But I want to tell you that healing is yours. Joy is yours. Peace is yours. You still have your life today, and you can still make a difference today, and you can still turn around your life and look at the people that you have around you. Love them, appreciate them. They are more real than the fantasy love that you have been chasing around. Well, I hope this video resonates with somebody. And if you have any more topics regarding trauma, childhood trauma, especially in the area of loss, abandonment, feelings of rejection, you can feel free to leave me comments. I think one thing that trauma survivors don't realize is that they've been through a trauma. Most times people just label you as, oh, she doesn't care, or she's so distant, XYZ, woman alone, and all that. But they don't really understand the struggles within. On the surface, you might look wonderful, you might look happy, but deep down, they don't know the turmoil that's going on. I know for me, I was filled with shame. From that time, I struggled as a child to speak, and I didn't understand. I couldn't speak, I couldn't integrate with my friends. I struggled in elementary school. I really struggled. I was filled with shame. I never knew what to say to people, when they would like ask me about my mom, or when there was like conversations about mothers in class and people talking about what their mom did. My mom did this and all that. And I used to really admire all the other girls in class who had their moms. They would come dressed in pretty clothes. And, there was a bit of jealousy there from me. But at the same time, I didn't really understand. I felt good, happy for them. But I felt really sad as well because I didn't know. Like, I was wondering, how come I don't have a mom? How come, like, I never had any contributions to say, like, when we talked about things relating to motherhood in elementary school. And that really, it made me struggle. It made me feel isolated. It made me feel a little bit inferior. It made me feel like, what was wrong with me that I didn't have a mother? But nobody really explained to me what to say when I was faced with that question of, what happened to your mother. I just remembered that I would tear up, I would choke up, I would have like a big, massive lump in my throat, but I would never know what to say. My dad was a great father. He did the best that he could do for us. He loved us so much. He tried his best. But just losing my mom, I would say, really, really affected me in so many ways. But I'm hoping to heal and I'm hoping to help somebody along the way. This is the whole purpose of this journey, is to help somebody, to bring some light, to bring some information on childhood trauma, and hopefully to help people to heal from this. And if you suffered a trauma like me and you didn't realize it, well, I'm telling you, you are strong and you are a survivor. And you can overcome the grief in Jesus' name. Have a blessed day. And please like, share, subscribe. You're going to be hearing more from me on this channel on childhood trauma, how it affects us, how to recover from it, how to heal yourself from childhood trauma. It's possible. Have a blessed day. Your sister Grace.